you're interested in mobile development or have some hands-on experience on mobile, you guys can put your answers in the chat box. So it will be an interactive sessions because I know PPTs are very boring. So I will not take much time on PPTs and all these things. So like we can quickly have some answers so that I can get a brief idea about the audience. Anyone who is having experience on mobile development, Android, iOS, or maybe Windows? No one?
Um,
Okay, no issues. So how many of you are from fourth year? Third year? Okay, we got one answer. So rest of the audience is from first year and second year, I'm assuming. Ma'am, is that a right guess? Like most of the audience is from first year and second year?
yes, ma'am. Maximum from third year, I think. Third year will be 60%.
Okay.
Others will be like 20. And I don't think final years got registered. They are busy on placements.
Okay, no issues.
Okay.
So let's get started with some basic PPTs. So let me know if my screen is visible to you guys.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So like we know about the mobile development, we heard about the Android development, iOS development. Then we usually know that we develop Android apps out of Java and Kotlin and Android based on Swift, sorry, iOS development, Swift, then why React Native, what is React Native, what's the use of React Native and how it is enhancing day by day in the corporate world. So we'll get into these details. And today's session is all about what is React Native, why React Native, and environmental setup for React Native. And if time permits, a small hands-on. And if not, then tomorrow we'll do one small app on React Native. So let's get started. So before diving into React Native, first we should know about what are hybrid apps. And so first we should know about hybrid apps, then we'll get to know about why we have to go for React Native or any other cross-platform apps. So hybrid apps are nothing but a cross-platform mobile applications that are developed to function on multiple mobile platforms. So as of now, three popular mobile platforms are Android, iOS, and least the Windows. So with the help of cross-platform technology, we can write a single code and then run on multiple platforms. You don't have to write a separate code for Android apps and iOS apps. So these apps are compatible with more than one operating system, as I told you, such as Android, iOS, and Windows also. Windows we don't prefer much because the audience is very less these days, and so the target audience are more on Android side as well as on iOS side. So what the benefit of cross-platform development is, you don't have to write like as I told you, it's the only benefit. Like you don't have to write two separate codes or you don't have to learn two different languages. All you have to learn a single language, write once, and deploy on n number of platforms which are supportable. And the thing is, like since it's a cross-platform, so development will be fast, production will be fast, and you will be easily able to deploy the apps in multiple platforms. So the production time is very low in these scenarios because as I have 2 years of experience in corporate world on doing mobile development. So initially I was on doing platform specific development, which took more than a year. And like on React Native in the past 1 year, I deployed 3 apps. So you can see the comparison on the same. And since it is compatible with various mobile operating systems, the application can reach to a broader audience. So now so there are, before diving into React Native, so there is an other cross-platform technologies, frameworks are also there in the market, such as Flutter. So I'm experienced with React Native, so I'll go take you through the React Native. But As I see, I have seen the timetable, so there are a couple of sessions in Flutter also. So do join the sessions for that. So you will get a better idea which one to go for if you are still confused with React Native and Flutter, or maybe Xamarin you want to try out. So there are a couple of sessions there also in the later part. So what is React Native? So React Native is an open source JavaScript framework. React Native is not a technology or a language. It's a framework which is built on JavaScript and introduced by Facebook in 2015. And as I told, it is used for developing a real native mobile application for iOS and Android platform. And all you need is JavaScript to as a prerequisite to start. Nothing else, no Java, no Kotlin, just a simple JavaScript that we use, that we learn in our college days a lot. And the benefit is write your code once and you can run any of the platform. So we got to know about cross-platform, what is React Native. Now coming to the next question, why React Native? So you will see all this cross-platform performance everywhere in the upcoming slides. So that's like a couple of major benefits using React Native. So the first one is cross-platform, write once and run everywhere. It is used to create apps for Android, iOS, and Windows platform. And now it's giving other options also for TVs and I guess Apple Watch also we are considering into React Native these days. I'm not sure what the watch is, but yeah, television support the React Native is adding performance. So React Native, since it's a JavaScript framework and it natively compiles the code, so you won't feel any difference between a native app and a React app based out of React Native. You will get the same performance. So and maybe much faster than the native apps. So we will see a couple of examples of apps you use in daily life that are based out of React Native. So which enables it all operating system to provide closer native appearance and functions in the same way on all platforms. Community. So React Native community is growing day by day. It's a large community support of passionate developers who are always ready to help us to fix bugs. So since React Native is introduced in 2015, still in mature stage, so every now and then new updates are being pushed on React Native side. So you might land into a lot of bugs while development. So don't worry into that, because when you Google it, you will. So when you are doing React Native, so you are going to learn two major skills. First, how to solve a bug. That's the one thing. And second thing is how to Google a bug, because there are a lot of times you have to search for particular keywords or maybe different keywords to get the solution. So this will help you a lot in Googling how to fix a bug and how to find a bug, like how to find a solution for a particular bug. Next one is hot reloading. So if you have worked on Android Studio, then you might have known, like when you make some changes, you have to rebuild the app and you have to redeploy it in your mobile phone, and then you have to make the visible changes. But in React Native, as soon as you save the code in your editor, it will reflect in your emulator or your physical device. So that's one of the major benefits. You don't have to spend time on reloading the app again and again. Then next is faster development. React Native helps you to develop apps fast. As I told you, you just need a JavaScript as a prerequisite, and JavaScript is quite common these days, and it's very easy and simple to use and easy to learn. Like within a month, you can be a master in JavaScript. You don't have to spend time and money on the other courses like Java, Kotlin, Swift. You don't have to spend time and money on these different courses. All you need is JavaScript, and that's it. Good to go. Next is JavaScript. So there is nothing to explain in this. So now coming the questions like why React Native as compared to the platform specific apps. So again, the same thing, cross-platform developers, developer having a strong web development background. So if you know JavaScript, the other benefit is apart from mobile development, you can go for web development also if you're interested in web development. So there also JavaScript is quite useful, and here also. So all you need is learn JavaScript and do web development as well as mobile development. But if you are working on platform specific, then you must have a strong knowledge on Java, Kotlin, or Swift. Build time. So as I told you about hot reloading in the previous slide. So as soon the moment you save your code, it will reflect in your emulator or your physical device. And platform specific, you have to rebuild and deploy the app again on for the same to check your changes. Application. So this is a very debatable topic, simple and complex. So most of the apps you will see which don't require a heavy animations are easily built on React Native, but there are apps which requires heavy animations and lot of frame changes that are still tends to be development on platform specific apps. But there is a catch here. So For heavy animations also, you can use React Native. The all you have to do is you have to write that particular piece of code into platform specific. So it's not about Java. React Native is not all about JavaScript. You can write Java as well as Java, Kotlin, or Swift code also with React Native code, and you can compile the same. So you can use the native codes also in React Native. It's not like only JavaScript only you can write. Some particular piece of code has to be written in native language, which requires a lot of complexity, such as animations, heavy animation scheming. So the upper layer is React Native, but the underlying component will be your native language only for such kind of scenarios. So long-term support. So since we are using this Android Studio and Xcode for long-term development, so they are very stable in the market. Since iOS support, Apple is using this Xcode for and Swift for iOS development, and Google is using Android Studio, Java, Kotlin for Android development. So they are very stable in the market, and React Native is very new in the market as it is launched in 2015 by Facebook, but it's not like it will get shut down so soon. Like next couple of 10, 20 years, it will not go anywhere because it's getting a lot of boom into the market and a lot of major apps are developed on React Native. So it will only get support only, it will not get shut down, but you never know the future. So you have to be very careful regarding that resources. So as I told you in starting itself, all you need is JavaScript to learn. So minimal resources are required and a very small development team. If you have a team of three, four, even a team of two or an individual, so you can start with React Native. But for platform specific, you need experience in all the specific languages and team for support and every other thing. So that's like a few of the differences between React Native and platform specific apps. So next, as I told you, who all are using. So we on day-to-day basis we use Facebook, Instagram, Mintra, Uber Eats. I don't know how many of you use these days because of Zomato, Swiggy, but you can see a couple of very famous names who all are using React Native. So now you can make an idea like it will not go so soon out of the market. So there are a couple of big giants who are using React Native. So you can see Facebook, since Facebook has developed this. So Facebook, Facebook Ads Manager, Instagram, Airbnb, Skype, Tesla, Mintra. So a couple of people are using React Native these days, and a lot of people are using Flutter also. But the platform specific dependency is getting very low in the market, and the requirement for the cross platform developers are very high in the market these days, especially in the corporate world. Since during this pandemic, also the cross-platform developers who are working on React Native and Flutter, they are getting a lot of job opportunities during the peak of COVID also. So cross this mobile development has increased a lot during this COVID time because everyone wants to get digitalized. So even a very small shop owner wants his or her business to be online and want a specific app. So the minimum all because since React Native requires less number of resources, so it's cost friendly also. So there is a lot of demand in this particular mobile sector has increased during the COVID time, and a lot of opportunities are there in the market. If you are active on LinkedIn, and you will see a lot of opportunities are there for React Native, Flutter, Xamarin. So it's a very good time to learn, especially for college graduates who are in their first year, second year. Because if you start right now, by the end of fourth year, you will having a lot of experience, like around 3 to 4 years of experience, and that will help you a lot in landing uh, good jobs. So prerequisite, all you need is a programming concept like function, objects, arrays, and the lesser extent of classes. So if you know JavaScript, you know all these things. Basic knowledge of JavaScript, and for styling and CSS, basic HTML and CSS that we learn in school days also. So this is a three basic and a editor of your own choice. I prefer Visual Studio Code. You can use any editor. So now coming to essential components of React Native. So a couple of essential components we're gonna use in today's session and tomorrow's session are view, states, prop, style, text, and scroll view. So view is nothing but a alternative div. What we use div in HTML, we use view in React Native to bind the components and build the UI of mobile apps. Other one is states. So you will find these keywords, state and props in lot of documentation if you search React Native on Google. So the basic difference between is states and props you should know. People, because most of students get confused between what is props and what is states. So I'll give you a clear idea. Props is nothing but a shorthand of properties. Properties are used to pass data to different components. It is immutable, means props can't change the value. It provides a connection between a container component and a presentation component. A lot of theory, technical skill, keywords, so you won't understand anything out of it. So I'll tell you in the layman terms. So like therefore every object, like we, like suppose a student is there. So student have some basic properties like name, class, section, roll number, subject he or she is studying. So these are the properties attached to a student. So these are immutable. So similarly, we have some properties that are attached to a individual component, and we pass these properties from different components from parent to child to render our component. And states are used to control the components. Suppose I have an input field. So input field is having a value of 1. So that 1 is going to be stored in a state. If I want to change that 1 to 2 or any number, so these will be controlled by states. So all the components are controlled by states. So the variable data can be stored in the state. It is mutable. Props are immutable and states are mutable, and state can change the value at any time. Style. So now coming to style. So if you don't understand the difference between states and props, don't worry. When we go hands-on, you will better understand these two things. And I request you, if you don't understand these two things, states and props, don't hesitate. Ask me a number of times. I'll tell you, because these are the two important things of React Native. If you're clear with this, you can do a lot of things in React Native. But if you are confused with this, you will stuck at the initial stage itself. This is not very complicating. Like in theory part, you might feel complicated, but when you do hands-on, it's very easy to use. So style is an essential component in the web as well as mobile for styling the components and making the things attractive, because for the end user only style matters. It doesn't matter how you are doing backend and other things. For them, it's just how you present your idea to the user. Text component. So in HTML, we use div and p tag to render our text component, but here we have to use a text component to display the text in the on the screen. It uses a basic component text input to take text input and normal text to display the normal text. In the scroll view, since we have a minimal screen of 5.5 inch, varies from 5 inch to 6 inch or 7 inch. So scroll view is an essential feature to host a number of views to scroll down. So there are a couple of things, like apart from scroll view, there is one more flat list you will get to read about in all the documents. So the basic difference between scroll view and the flat list is performance. So it depends on the use case which to use. So when the list is minimal, only like 10 entries or 20 entries, go with scroll view. Or only views are there. Like suppose, let's take an example of Zomato. So if you want to render a list of restaurants in your area and the list is more than 100, so go with flat list. So that will give you a better performance. But if you know only 10, the output, like only 10 results you have to show, then go with scroll view. So this is the basic difference, but you can read more about on the internet, or maybe in the hands-on session I'll give you more details about the performance difference between scroll view and flat list. So now coming to benefits. So this is an open source, shorter development cycle. As I told you, like only you have to write once and you can check the simultaneously on as Android as well as iOS, and no specific platform specific knowledge is required to build a small app. Then live updates and code push. As soon as the moment you save your code, you can just see the difference, what was the previous state and what was the new state, and you can easily deploy your apps like native apps and push your code. And same code for building a different platform, like write once, as I told, you can check on Android as well as iOS. Help to reduce the time to write code, because all you need is JavaScript, easily available resources. Because of large community, you will find a lot of people contributing for the same. One framework for multiple platforms. So you have to write your code once and deploy on Android, Windows, iOS by the development environment. And it covers two major ecosystems, that is Android as iOS. So Q&A. So if you have any doubt till now in the PPT or theoretical session, do let me know. So we'll have 5 minutes for Q&A. Feel free to ask. I'm not your teacher and I'm just a normal person like you who was there at your end 2 years before. So feel free to ask me any lame questions. Don't find it very silly because the more you ask, the more you will get to know. Okay, so we have one question: difference between React and React Native. Anyone else? So you might have heard about React.js and React Native. So the basic difference between React.js and React Native is React.js is used for web development and React Native is used for mobile development. So it's a native development. Apart from this, both uses JavaScript and React.js is a JavaScript library that is purely based on React JavaScript. And React Native is a framework which is based on JavaScript. So you will have some essential features built in React Native that you can just use plug and play to get your things done. You don't have to write everything from scratch. And React Native uses native components such as view, tag, style, props, and React uses HTML components such as div tag, p tag, and all this HTML tags such as list and uh, ordered list, unordered list, all the basic HTML components in JavaScript, and React Native uses native components that I showed you into the PPT. Anyone else having any question? Okay. So Daniel, I'll suggest to like once we do hands-on, so you will better understand style and prop again, because theoretical I'll try to explain once again. So suppose if you have a parent component A and a child component B. So there are chances that you want to use that child component B on multiple places. So the first approach is you can use the copy paste. You can copy paste the entire code again and again wherever you want to use it, or you can just create a component of it and you can just pass properties to it. So all you have to do is create a component, define properties, and pass properties from parent component to child component, and you will get your component on the screen without writing the copy pasting the code again and again. So properties, this is how properties are used. Now coming to style. So you can with style or state. I doubt you want to ask between state and prop. Am I right? Yeah. So state is how you control your components. Like suppose if we take a card, okay. So card is rendering your name. Okay. Like suppose we have a contact list. So from I have 10 contacts that starts with A, that is there on my screen. Consider this example. We have a contact list in which 10 contacts start from letter A that are rendered on my screen. So, and to render all these cards, I'm using props. So I'm just passing props like a name is Abhishek, name is Aman, or name is Anshul. So three props I have passed. So the only difference is I have changed the name and I have three different cards on the screen. Okay, so that's the prop we'll use. Now, if I click on individual card and I get the details of an individual person. So on clicking of a particular card, what should happen or what data should change, that is managed by state. So how you control your components, that is being done by state, and what to show in components, that is done by prop. So displaying, if you want to display something in component, use props. If you want to control something in components, use state. So that's the basic difference, and you will get to learn more when we do hands-on. Anyone else? I assume you have a lot of questions, but hesitating a lot. Come on, guys, it's for your own benefit. I'll tell you one thing. So if you have an experience of a year or two, or maybe 2.5 years of experience in React Native, You can easily earn 1 lakh per month in the corporate world post tax deduction. This is based on the real figures I'm telling you. So use this session a lot to explore what is React Native and how to go into React Native kickstart, because since you guys in first year, second year, and especially for third year students, because there is a lot of demand for React developers in the market. Even in the pandemic time itself, so the demand went twice or thrice. You will get a number of opportunities, internships, and this is the most booming sector right now. Machine learning and mobile development is the most booming sector in the corporate right now. All big MNCs and startups are looking for React developers, Flutter developers. So cross-platform has a major scope. So use this time to utilize this time a lot and try developing small projects on React Native and try to deploy it on Play Store. The cost is very minimal on Play Store. It's $25 only once, and you can deploy a number of apps. For iOS, it's $100 per annum. So try to develop very small apps and deploy it on Play Store and get some experience on deployment. It's a like very straightforward procedure. I'll tell you my example. So when I started with React Native, so I have like zero knowledge. All is like I want to do something, I Google it, and I don't know whether it's correct, like best practices or not. If things are done for me, it's done. So, but when I started looking for best practices and like there is a database, like a Realm database for a local storage, so I want to try it. So I took a small example of expense manager and tried to build the app and to understood what is Realm and how Realm works. So you can take small use cases. And when I tried, so I thought like I've done most of the things in it, and I can little bit polish it and put it on Play Store and see how other people are responding to it. So you will get experience of deployment, and when people give feedback, you get more excited to make changes in your app and bring more features to the public. So that's how you can start with very small projects. Like suppose you like if you use
Sorry to
Android or
interrupt, Pratik. 1 minute. Have you shared the jam file to everyone?
no, ma'am, I was trying something, so for that it came on the screen.
Oh, okay, fine. Because we're not able to view that file.
Yeah, and
Whether you
I'm
are
not
writing
using.
anything on that
No,
Jamboard?
I'm not writing. Actually, I was trying to create poll, but I didn't find any option there and end up in creating this jam file.
Okay, okay, fine, fine. Because we're
Yeah,
not able to view that file.
yeah, no issues because I'm not using it. Like I'm
Mm.
not very much familiar with this Google Meet, so that was my mistake.
Okay, okay, fine, fine. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So you can create very small use cases and try some basic apps. Like if you use Notes, so don't use the default notes you are getting in your Android and iOS devices. Create a small app for taking notes, and you can try hands-on. Although the features will be minimal, but you will get a lot to learn. So you can like small things. You can try it out, like how to like we use Uber, Ola on all these map apps which are using maps. So you can try Google Maps, how to integrate Google Maps in your app, and how to use navigation, how to plot markers on the maps, or maybe how to use animations in React Native. So you can take these small use cases and you can try hands-on, or like a food delivery app, or you can try creating two screens and navigate between them, how things work in React Native. So you can take small things and start. So any other questions, or should we move ahead? We'll wait 1 more minute if you have any other questions. So how many of you are using Mac system here and Windows system here? Like, can someone create a poll for me? I don't know how to use this Google Meet. Teja, can you create a poll if there is an option for creating a poll here? Because hardware component is very necessary to know before starting. So that's why I want to know how many of you are using Mac OS and Windows OS. Or maybe Mac users can type there, can do a hands-on, can raise your hands. No one? Okay, so I'll tell you what's the difference between working on Mac OS and Windows here. So if you are using Windows, or you can use this Android emulator and physical Android devices to simulate your app. And if you're using Mac OS, so you can run both Android apps as well as iOS apps. So there is a little bit difference in setup. So I'll share my screen, and I've shared the link for environmental setup. Is there anyone who has set it up, or most of the users will set it up right now along with me? So anyone who has already set up the environment and test how things work in React Native?
Pratik, I didn't share that link to them.
Okay, okay, no issues, ma'am.
Okay,
So
they
we'll
can
do
do
live
along with
right
me.
now. Yeah, okay. So is my screen visible?
Yes.
So just search for these two keywords, React Native. So very first link, so you will get reactnative.dev. So to learn any new thing, the best thing is documentation, the official documentation of that particular thing. So as you can see, create native apps for Android and iOS using React. You can test in both simulators, Android and iOS. So since it's a framework, so you will get a predefined component such as button, flat list, image, background, model, scroll view, switch, text input. You don't have to create it from scratch. So that's the advantage of framework. So now how to set up. So coming to docs, environment setup, setting up the development environment. So we have two different versions here, Expo CLI and React Native CLI. So the difference between Expo and React Native CLI is React Native CLI is a blank canvas. You have the full control over it. Expo CLI has pre-built functions. So you have you just plug and play. You don't have to install most of the things. It's already there in the Expo version. And React Native is a blank canvas. You can play anything according to your need. And that's a very for beginners, Expo CLI is preferred, but I'll suggest you guys to go with React Native CLI, so you will get more things to learn into it. So choose your development OS, Mac OS, Windows, or Linux. Or if you are using Windows, go with Android. And if you are using with Mac OS, you can choose any of the above, Android and iOS, as per your needs. Since most of the audience is using Windows, so I'll go with Windows and Android because as I told you, right? So you can't work on iOS along with Windows. You need Mac OS. So first you need to install certain dependencies such as JDK, Android Studio, Node. So we'll recommend installing Node via Chocolate. So just open this into a new tab and then get started. If you're stuck at any point, just let me know. I'm not seeing my Google Meet screen, so you have to speak. And if I'm going too fast, do let me know. Stop anytime. So after opening this particular tab, just copy this, open your PowerShell in the administrator mode and just paste it. Do let me know once you are done with this. Since I've already set it up in my machine, so I'll not do along with you guys, but I'll guide you at each step. So confirm in the chat box once you have done installing this Chocolate. So Chocolate will help you to download the node modules. Yeah, sure. I'll repeat it once again. So once you search for React Native and select the hardware, Windows and Android, or maybe respective Mac OS Android or Mac OS iOS, the first link you will find over here. Download the Chocolate, not modules by Chocolate. And if you're using Mac OS, it will ask you to download using Brew. So for Mac OS, like do let me know if anyone using Mac so that I can go with Mac also. Otherwise, we'll stick to Windows only. Anyone? Even if a single person is using Mac, I'll go through it. Anyone using Mac over here? Okay, no one. So we'll stick to the Windows part. So Windows. So right click on this chocolate and open in a new tab. Then go to get started. Scroll down. There is a link to install. There is a script to install chocolate. Just copy it. Open your PowerShell in administrator mode and paste it on the desktop, like open PowerShell with administrator access and paste this command. Once the script is executed, let me know. Like you can see the instructions over here. Open in administrator shell, copy this, wait for some time, hit enter, wait for some time, and you will, once everything is done, type choco to confirm that we have installed it correctly. Aditya, am I clear? You got the answer? So are you guys done installing Chocolate? And if you are using in the administrator cell, suppose like once you open a PowerShell on desktop, so simply just paste it over here and hit enter. From desktop, open this, hit the Windows tab, search for PowerShell, right click, open with administrative access. When the terminal opens, just paste the link and hit enter. Anyone else facing the issue? Feel free to ask. Don't hesitate. And if anyone using hotspot for this session, I suggest you to switch to Wi-Fi because it will take a lot of data to install the required tools. So it's a one-time setup only. Shall we move ahead? Anyone facing issues? Okay, so moving ahead. So after installing Chocolate, you have to install the JDK. So open the administrator command prompt. So open command prompt with administrator access and paste this command, choco install -y node.js.install open JDK 8. It will download the respective JDK version, but this will only work if you have Chocolate installed. So first install Chocolate and then move ahead with the second step. So do let me know if you are facing any issues till now in the first two steps. Anyone facing issues in the first two steps? Shall we proceed or you guys need more time? Okay, so we got one confirmation. So I'm proceeding. If anyone needs more time, you can ask me to stop anytime. So the next step is the tool. So if you're working on Windows, all you need is Android Studio. But if you are working on Mac OS, you can install both Android Studio as well as Xcode. So right click on this link, download and install Android Studio. So download, you will get the download Android Studio based on your OS. I'm getting for Mac OS. So you will get for Windows, click and download it. And once the setup is download and you start installing, so follow the steps written on the screen. So make sure all these items are checked: Android SDK platform, virtual device, and click next to install these components. So these components will be checked by default, but make sure that these are checked if in case these items are not checked. So once the installation is done, you will get this kind of screen. So this will take like a 1 GB setup. So it will take like 10-15 minutes to download. So you can set it on download and then we'll proceed further. So based on your internet speed, it will take from 15 minutes to 30 minutes. Let's do camera. Yeah, so it will take a lot of time initial setup. That's why I asked to pre-setup, but anyways, it's fine. So once I guess it started downloading, so we'll proceed meanwhile. It get downloaded. So once the Android Studio is installed, you will see such kind of screen. So you have to click on this configure and appearance and behavior, system settings, Android SDK. It's a straightforward procedure given over here. So it will ask you to download certain additional things, SDK platforms, or wait, if I have Android Studio in this. Yes, I do have. I'll show you guys. Give me 2 minutes. It will take time to load. My system a little bit slow. A lot of things are running in background. So you will see such kind of screen when you installed Android Studio. So configure SDK manager, you have to go. So appearance and behavior by default, and this as under this SDK platform. So you have to select Android 10Q as minimum. So I have selected Android 11, but you have to select either Android 10Q or 11 because the minimum requirement given was 10Q, I guess. Yeah, so 10Q was the minimum requirement. So this has to be the bare minimum. I have taken Android 11 and click on, like, once you have selected the default Android version, click on show package details. So it will expand. And so I'll suggest you guys don't go for Android 10, go for Android 11 because Google has released new policies in which the minimum API level should be 30 and Android 10 offers 29. So go for Android 11 and choose this Android SDK platform 30. So in docs it is mentioned 29, but go for 30. Otherwise, you can build the app, but you can't deploy the app. So you have to upgrade this platform API later. So better to start with 30 itself right now. So select Android 11, show package details, and select this Android SDK platform 30. And in Android 10Q, select this one, Intel x86 Atom 64 system image. Like for me, so you have to select this one, Intel x86 Atom 64 system image. It's there in 10Q also, right? 11. So either you can choose this third one in Android 11, or maybe you can choose with Android 10 x86 system image, or you better go with this one only, Android. Or do one thing, don't go for Android 11, just follow the doc, go for Android SDK platform 29, x86 Atom 64 system image, and later we can upgrade the API once required. But as of now, go with Android 10, don't go for Android 11. Expand this Android 10, Android SDK platform 29, system image, apply, and it will download the further dependency. So now we are done with installing and we have to configure our environment variables. So let me know when we can proceed. Oh, sorry, I was speaking on mute. So, are you guys able to follow? Anyone having any doubts installing and configuring Android Studio? Speak up, guys. Are you able to follow? Stuck somewhere? You need some time? Any doubts till now? Aditya, you able to proceed? You are sorted with chocolatey part? Okay, that's not an issue. So now you can install the JDK if you are done with chocolatey part. Just check whether the chocolate is installed correctly. Type choco and you will get some response. If you're getting some response, then it's working fine. Otherwise, you will get that chocolate is not installed. Once the chocolate is installed, download the JDK version using the command given in the documentation. Where it is, yeah. Choco install -y node.js.install, open JDK 8. Copy this command and simply paste it into the command prompt. Open the command prompt with administrative access. Anyone who has done installing the Android Studio and configuring? Can anyone share the screen so that I can tell you where to land, like how to go proceed because like this, I'm not able to figure it out what issues are facing. So if Karthik or MS, you can share the screen. Karthik, can you share the screen so it will be helpful for others also, so how they can proceed. Yeah, so let me know once you have shared the screen because I'm still seeing my screen only. So I'll stop sharing my screen and do present your screen. Can you click on this more actions? Maybe they are just on or SDK manager. Yeah, so now just click on Android 10. Yeah, this one, correct. Show package details on the bottom right. And no, go down, go down. So platform 29 is there, and this Intel x86 atom above fourth option. So yeah, this one. Just click OK. OK. So accept the agreement. Now you have to scroll down and accept all the agreements. Click on this Atom x64 on the left side. Accept the agreement. Yeah, so we have to wait for another half an hour or like 10-15 minutes depending on your internet speed. So once this is done, you are done with configuring your Android Studio. So once you are done installing Android Studio, so we'll create one React Native project and just check whether the emulator is installed by default or you guys have to install it separately because I'm not sure about the emulator with Android Studio. Or maybe you can just try it in your physical devices because Android simulator is a bit slow sometimes on the Windows system. So I suggest you guys if you can use your personal devices to attach and try it out. But you can go with Android simulator also. It will take another 4 or 5 GB in your system. That's it. Anyone else having any issues? Yeah, you can stop sharing the screen. If anyone is using Mac OS, then they can go for Xcode and Android Studio as well, because with the help of so in that scenario you can test how your app is behaving in both the platform because sometimes some features are platform specific and you have to handle them into different scenarios. So sometimes you have to handle the features platform specific also, like suppose calendar. So calendar, so native calendar opens different in iOS and different in platform. Sorry, different in iOS as well as Android. So React Native provides APIs to identify which platform you are using, and based on platform you can configure. Like if it's Android, this is how it should behave, and if it is iOS, this is how it should behave. So if anyone is using Mac OS, so they can take this advantage and test their app simultaneously on both the platform, Android as well as iOS, and Windows user can test on Android devices. So how did you learn these things? So as I told you, so meanwhile you guys are downloading, I'll tell you my story how I landed into React Native. So I got campus placement at DXC. So before onboarding, they gave us a small project and some options to go with it. So I got the project of a vehicle booking system. So we have to create a prototype. Like the mandatory thing was prototype, but if we can develop, it's well and good. But we have to document it how we'll get started for the project. So the options given to me was Iconic, Flutter, and React Native. So I did some research on Google. So I found the React Native was one of the best options on the given three options, and I started setup and YouTube and Google. So using YouTube and Google, how to set up and kickstart with React Native, how to render a text and how to render an image, or how to do some basic authentication. So that's how I started. And if you want to learn more, so simply search React Native, as I told you. So I'll give you a quick overview once everything is set up. Maybe in tomorrow's session we'll do hands-on. So in components, you will get a lot of things, how to render like button, flat list, touchable opacity, virtualized list. Like these are the basic components you will need, because in apps we mostly see list, buttons, badges, model, switch, text. So you will find all these in components in React Native. So this is the official library provided by React Native. And then if you need more UI components, you can go with React Native elements. So similarly, React Native elements, documentation. So documentation is the best thing to learn anything new. So you can find your avatar, badge, button, card, checkbox, divider, all these UI components that we are going to use in our day-to-day small apps. Or so all the text components you will get, all the UI components you will get it from here, or you don't have to build it from scratch. So just import the library and start using it. So like this is the basic things, and whenever you're stuck somewhere, so try searching for the keywords like not able to scroll. So try searching for keywords, whatever issue you are facing. So you will get n number of responses and try to find the best. Like don't jump on Stack Overflow, because since now you can see this. So this is the 2018 and this is 2020. So because React Native is in very early stage, so every now and then fixes are coming. So try to go for the recent one. So just go through it and just compare the situations, what you are facing and what the person has posted, and you will get to know what mistake you have done. Like, and for styling, you can, to make your app responsive, you can use Flexbox. So Flexbox, if you have heard, I'm not. So Flexbox is a very new thing in the market. So you can use Flexbox. You don't have to specify margins, paddings, and you can just put flex, and you can arrange the components between. It will arrange the components based on your screen sizes. So you don't have to worry whether the screen size is small or big. You have to just define the flex properties. And like if you have put display flex, flex direction row, so it will arrange all the components in the container. Suppose this is the container, I'm having three different components here. So if my display flex is row, so it will arrange all the three in a row in one row. If I put flex direction column, so I'll get all these three into columns. So there are a lot of properties in Flexbox. One second. Yeah, so sorry for the interruption. So you can put a lot of properties in Flex. So there is one is display flex, and other one is flex direction. So you can specify direction as row, column, row reverse, column reverse. So this is row, this is row reverse, this is column reverse. So flex direction has four properties. Then you have flex grow. So you can define how a component will grow into the container. Suppose this purple part is my container, which is having three components. So in this, every component is a ratio of 1:1. So based on the screen size, everyone will have the same width. But in the second image, you can see the middle one is having three components are in ratio of 1:2:1. So based on the screen size, they will take the same space. Other one is flex wrap. So in this, like suppose you have a 100 pixel width, a container is having a width of 100 pixel, and if your each individual component is having a width of suppose 20 pixels, So without any margin or padding, you can fit only 5 components in a row. So the sixth component will get automatically will get rendered into the next line. So that's how flex wrap will work. And similarly, like flex grow, flex shrink is there to shrink the components. So flex flow is the shorthand for flex direction and flex wrap. So either you can use two lines to define the same CSS, flex direction column and flex wrap, or directly you can use this one liner. So next is justify content to align the components. Like flex start, it will align all the components into the start of the row, flex end, center, space between. So now you don't have to put margin to put this second item into the center. You can just put justify content space between. It will align all the items in the at the extreme end and the middle one. So if suppose you have 4 items, so it will the first and the last item will align at the extreme end, and the rest two are aligned at the equidistant. So this flex box we're gonna use a lot into React Native, and I'll suggest you guys if you are going for web development or mobile development, learn this flex box. It will hardly take in half an hour, 1 hour to understand. There is a small activity also regarding this, if I'm correct. Flexbox Froggy. So all you have to do is just so you have level 1 to 24, and you have to just align this frog with this pie chart or something. So suppose if you have display flex over here, so now we have to align it over here. So first read this, what it will do. Flex start, align items to the left side of the container. Flex end, align items to the right side of the container. Center, it will align center, space between and space around. So let's try all of these. So one by one. So what's the task over here? So we have to guide this frog to this lily pad. So we have to align it to the right side. So we'll put justify content flex end. So since this frog has moved to the lily pad, we have cleared the level and we can go to next. So now we have 2 frogs, and you can see, yeah. So in regarding to Flexbox, if you are using React JS, so default direction is row. And if you are using mobile development, React Native, so default flex direction is column. So since we are using this web version, so default flex direction is row. So like it doesn't matter if you are explicitly putting flex direction row or not. There is no point, because default, if you put display flex, the first line, that means on web, the default flex direction is row, and on mobile, the default flex direction is column. So like if I put now justify content, so like flex, it's already on flex start. So let me show you what flex end will do. So as soon as you put flex end, so the frogs have moved to the right side. Now, if I put space between, so these both will align at the extreme ends. And if some more frogs will be there, they will just equidistant from these 2 points. Space around. So you have seen like from the extreme ends, they have equidistant from each other. But we have to bring it to the lily pad. So flex center, good to go. So can anyone suggest me the answer for this question? So what should I use here? Center, space between, flex start, flex end, space around. Can anyone answer? Okay, so we got one answer, space between. Let's try space between. Yes. Anyone else wants to try? Yes. Mm. Can anyone tell me why space between is not working here and why space around will work here? Anyone would like to answer this question? I don't know the pronunciation of your name, so I'll use your registration number. So 007. Would you like to try why space between didn't work and why space around work over there? Like any wild guess, there is
Like
no harm if you
space
don't.
between only focuses on the space between the elements, but space around focuses on both inside and outside the elements, I guess.
Yeah, so yeah, you are partially correct. So space between what will it will do? So in space between the first element and the last element will align at the extreme ends, and the remaining elements will be equidistant from each other. But on space around, everything will have equidistance from each other. So that's the basic difference between space between and space around. So here space between will work because these two are at the extreme ends and one is at the center. So if I put justify content space between, so here it will work. So these are the basic exercise. We'll put this link into the chat box. So I assuming because it will take a lot of time to set up Android Studio. So why don't you guys try this Flexbox for the end? If you have any doubts, you can ask me. We have still 15 minutes left. So you're done with, so let's move ahead. So if you're done with downloading Android Studio, so now you have to configure the environment variable. So you have to copy this path. So open your C drive first, users, then select your respective users and app data. I guess it should be visible, but if it is not visible by default, you have to go to the top in the view options. You have to enable show all hidden files and folder, and you have to go to this exact path, copy this path. So let me know once you copy this path. We have to set up the environment variables. Or maybe if anyone can share the screen, I can help you guys because I'm on Mac OS, so I won't able to show the demo of this. So Aditya, you or Karthik, maybe you can share your screen and I can help you guys, help you out so others can also see what to do. So just open your C drive. On Android Studio, you don't have to do anything. Just close the Android Studio. You're done with Android Studio. You can minimize it. Just open your C drive, users, second last option. So just select your user, first one. Search for app data, whether it's visible or not in this. So now just go to view. I think it's not visible by default. Just go to view on the top right, top left panel. Tabs are there, right? Home, share, and view. Top left. I think app data is not visible. You have to enable, like set, you have to modify the settings, show all hidden files. Go to view tab from top left. I think it will be there. In the view tab, hidden items. Just check the hidden items on the right side. Slide left. Yeah, so now you can see app data. Local, Android, SDK. Yeah, so hold on, just go to the path in the address bar. Just copy this path. Now press the window key. Search environment variable. env. Yeah, so click on new. Type Android underscore home, all caps. Just click OK. So now go back to that C drive. This SDK folder. No. This same into click on platform tools. So now copy this path. Now open that environment variable again. In the system variable, select the path. In the system variable, no, open the same window. Now there are two different variables. The top ones are user variables, bottom ones are system variables. So in system variable, search for path. The second last option I can see. This one, no, don't scroll, second last option without scrolling. Path. Go down. Now you can use your arrow key to go down. So you can see this path, right? Yeah, this one. Oh, why you are not able to edit this? 1 second. Hmm, 1 second. So there is no option to edit this. Is there any option to open with administrator access? This environment variable. Like, can you click on right? Can you do right click on change by environment variables? The close this pop up. Close this environment variable pop up. Right click on change by environment variables and see if there is administrative access. Right click on this and see if there you can open with administrative access or not.
Well, I right clicked it, but I'm not getting any tab or something saying administrative access as such.
Okay, like search in this, press the window key and search for environment variable. try it from here, like edit environment variables for your account. Yeah, environment variables, bottom right. Now select path. Now edit. Go to the last line. Click on edit. If you can just click on edit. Yeah, so go to the last line and paste like now. Next line after this pin. No, you don't have to delete the previous one. Control Z. Now, in the next line, you have to do it. Just add new. I'm sorry. Just add. Click on new, and just paste it here. Okay. Okay. Just close this window. I'm done with setting up the environment variables. Aditya, can you open your desktop and right click and open the command prompt from the desktop? For just CMD, right click, run as administrator, and the pasting one command, just simply copy paste it. I've entered one command in the chat box, so just copy paste it into this terminal. One second.
Is it in command prompt or PowerShell?
Yeah, just try PowerShell. Sorry, try it with PowerShell. Same command. So in this Android home is here. Just verify it. Maybe you can do Control F, or I think it's ascending order, so you can search in the top if Android home is added or not. Search in the top right, it's ascending order, so start with A. Android home is there or not. So Android home is not there. Can you open an environment variable once again from the same procedure that we search and open? In the recent first one, environment variables, bottom right. Can you see Android home is added here or not? It's not now, so you have to just go to new in the upper section. Yeah, so new Android home with all caps. And you have to paste that SDK path once again here.
Sorry, from where?
App data local and double click Android LTK. Yeah, just copy paste this path, copy this path and paste it over there. Just click on OK and OK once again. OK. And now try it once again. No, it's not showing. Can you close this administrator PowerShell and rerun it? Karthik, are you able to see this Android home command in the PowerShell? issue here. Hmm.
Android home.
Got it right.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's it. With respect to now, yeah. So I'll tell you how to create a React Native app now. So Karthik, just close this terminal. Sorry, Aditya, close this terminal and just minimize everything and create one folder wherever you want to create. Choose give a name to the folder, but make sure don't put any space into the name, otherwise you will end up in having a lot of bugs. Your app will not compile. So just create any, no, just minimize this Android Studio. You don't have to do anything. The Android Studio is just for simulator and running the Android apps. So just create a folder anywhere you want to create. Yeah, that's what Daniel. So after setting up the environment variable, we'll create a React Native project. So once you,
desktop.
yeah, anywhere you can create, just rename this folder and no space should be there. So just you can put any name over there, React Native, webinar, something like that, anything you can put. Okay, so open this folder into your command prompt or PowerShell. I think shift right click. If you click shift and right click, you will get option directly to open this folder into PowerShell. Shift and right click this folder. Or just shift and right click on desktop and you will see to open PowerShell. Yeah, shift like on the normal desktop, just put shift and right click. Don't click on folder. No, don't click on folder on the desktop, shift and right click. So open PowerShell window here. So now you are on desktop, CD space node, capital NODE. So now you are inside the node folder. So this is the command to create a fresh new React Native project. I'm putting into the chat. It's there into the documentation. You can replace this awesome project with any name, whatever you want to choose for your app. And PX React Native in it, and the next is your project name. So awesome project is the default one. So you can replace it with any custom name, whatever you want, but don't put any space over there. So hit enter and it will start downloading the required things. Just hit enter. Are you guys able to follow? Anyone facing any issue in environment variables? Do let me know, because if you have any issues with environment setup, do clear it today itself so that we can, from tomorrow, we can directly start the hands-on. Like we don't waste time over, we don't want to waste time tomorrow in setting up the environment. Aditya, can you scroll it down a little bit? So it's downloading the template and node module, some default things.
I think I'm getting some error.
Why did you get this command? Can you type node-v, node space -v? V for van. Or just simply type node and hit enter. The node is there, then why did you get this error? Just simply put npm install.
Simply.
Npm install, did you got error, right? On a command field npm install. Just write npm install and hit enter. Npm space install. Put ls and hit enter. I think there is some issue with your initial configuration and RUD project is not there. One second. What's the issue over there? One second, let me see. Can you type Choco and hit enter? Choco, it is there. And did you run this OpenJDK command?
Which command?
That the second one, Choco install -y node.js. Can you rerun this? Can you rerun this command?
The same command, Choco command.
Yeah, no, I have put it into the chat box.
I think I already ran this.
Can you rerun it?
So it's coming already installed.
Okay. One second, let me see why you are not getting this. Can you scroll up? What was the error? One minute, I'll just. What was the node version? npm, just do it once again. npm -v. npm space -v. -7.20, right? Yeah, one second. Can you scroll up where you have done ls? Can you do cd awesome project?
1 second.
Yeah, just copy this name and just put cd space awesome project. Can you do ls here? Oh yeah, so do npm install here. Unable to resolve dependency tree. Okay, so just try this command. Can you try this command? I have just copy pasted into this chat box. Lot of errors. Okay, clear this console. Clear this.
Okay, just write clean clear.
Yeah.
Wow.
So try this command now. 1 second. Run this command. So now do npm install. Yeah, so now run this npx react native and android command.
Which command?
npx. Yeah, second last command that in the chat box. So now it has started the server for you. So there are two things here. So as you guys see, npx react native run android. So this command will build the app and reinstall it every time you run this command. So if you have installed If you have built the app once, you can use npx react native start also to start the server. It is very fast as compared to run Android. So run Android will build every time and reinstall the fresh application. Aditya, you can see that emulator is not installed. So it means that you have to set up your AVD in Android Studio. So for that, just open your Android Studio. So in that case, either you can use a physical device or you can use Android Studio as well. For physical, if you guys are using physical device, make sure USB debugging is enabled in your phone. You can Google it how to enable it with your respective mobile phones.
So now I should
Or
go
if
to Android Studio.
yeah, so open new project. Sorry, new project, open. The second option. Now cancel this one. Cancel this one. We are not creating a new project. We have already created our project. So click on open and go to the desktop and particularly awesome project, node or awesome project. We have to go to desktop, node, awesome project. Because your folder name is, no, you have gone down, go up. In desktop, there is a folder called node, right? Why it's not showing here?
I think I will restart the Android Studio also.
No, I don't think so. You need to restart it or just refresh it. Others, are you guys able to follow? Or can you just open that node folder and right click and open with Android Studio? Just double click on node folder.
Oh, 1 second, only 1 second, please.
Yeah. Can you go with path / node? You can type over there.
Sorry,
The
this
path
is
itself.
1 second. Sorry, this is in my C drive.
No, look, just leave this. Just double click on node folder.
Stop
Desktop there. No, not. You have created this node folder on desktop, right? Just open this folder.
this. I'm searching the desktop. This desktop is not.
Where?
1 second. That's a different one. I should save somewhere it is.
Just open this folder, right?
Only 1 second, please.
Yeah, sure. Others, are you guys able to follow? Anyone having issues with configuration? Or Aditya, can you just enable USB debugging in your mobile and try in your physical mobile, which will be faster than emulator? Just to go to settings on your mobile phone, go to settings, about, you will find somewhere about your phone. Which phone you are using?
Samsung.
Okay, so just go to settings, search for about,
Yes.
and there is some Android version or kernel is there, right?
One second. Phone number, model name, serial number.
So build number will be there, right? If you see build number in about device, you will find build number. Continuously tap on it 5-7 times. It will enable the developer mode.
Yes, it's I opened it in my developer mode.
So and go to developer mode and enable USB debugging.
Where is the USB debugging option?
Now just go back and in developer mode you will find, if you scroll down you will find developer mode over there.
Developer options. Debugging. USB debugging. Ah, yes. Okay, I done that.
So in USB debugging is right. You have enabled USB debugging, right?
Yes, I am enabled.
Yeah. So just connect your phone to your laptop. And it will ask for permissions to grant. You have to grant the permission. So yeah, just close this. You don't. Just open the PowerShell where you have opened it. Now type the command adb,
ADD.
adb, B for boy, space devices. Hit enter. Now if it asks, you haven't given the permission, just disconnect and reconnect the device. It will ask for the permissions on the device.
No, I gave the permission actually.
Just reconnect it. It didn't connect properly. Otherwise, it will show you the device over there. No, it's showing in the mobile, but if for the USB debugging, it's not showing. Just check whether your USB debugging is enabled or it got disconnected, like it got off. Recheck it. USB debugging is enabled.
Debug mode while when USB scan. Should I make it on or off?
Yeah, it should be on only.
Yes, I made it on.
Just make it on. Reconnect the cable, and now hit this command once again. ADB devices.
Yeah, I think the problem is with ADB.
1 second. One second. Hi, that platform tools command. Where did you enter in the system variables or user variables? Can you just check it once again?
Command prompt.
No, environment variable. Just open the environment variable. Edit the system environment variables. First one, environment variables. Go to this path, system variables path. Edit. See here, it's that platform tools path is not there, so you have to just put a new and add that platform tools path. That's why it's not taking ADB command over here.
I have to.
Yeah, just go to C drive and copy paste the path once again. Just platform tools, one step ahead. Copy this path, paste it over there. Okay, and restart the PowerShell.
One second.
Here on last one only open this. New. Paste it. Okay. No, just click OK and close everything. Now restart the PowerShell. Just PowerShell, restart the PowerShell itself.
So I have to close it and restart again.
Yeah. In the administrative mode. Can you just navigate to that particular folder, desktop, node, or some project? Just hit ls here. You can see the current directory. No, just ls2 ls. Hit enter.
Oh.
Just put Control C and it will land down. Just check if CD desktop is the option here. You are in CD desktop or CD user. No, just type CD desktop, either it will reject the command, that's it. CD space capital D desktop. Or just close this PowerShell and just open that node folder. From there only will open the terminal. Where is that? You have to copy pasted that folder. Yeah, just right click and open PowerShell here. Open PowerShell window here. CD awesome project. CD space A and you can press the tab key.
CD.
Tab key. You can press the tab key. It will auto type the name.
What? Excuse me.
Capital A. Now press the tab key. It will complete the name automatically. Tab key below escape. Now hit enter. Yeah, so you are into the project directory now. Now run this ADB devices. Yeah, so now you can see your device is getting recognized. Now run the command npx react native run Android. It will install the app in your mobile.
Could you copy paste the command in Chrome?
Yeah, sure. I hope you guys are able to follow with Aditya. What Aditya is facing, you might also facing the same issue. So it's like first time you will only feel this difficulty. Once it is set up, it's easy to use. Now what's the issue? Can you go up? I think some permissions are pending from your end into the SDK manager. It's not properly installed. Can you go down and check the error? It's clearly showing some permissions are missing. Just reinstall this SDK manager and you will good to go.
Which manager?
SDK manager at the time of installation you have installed, right? Just scroll up a little bit. There is a red flag over there. Error. Up. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, see Android Home Tools, SDK Manager, command field. So can you reinstall this SDK build tools and go for SDK platform 29 only? Don't go for 30.
How
Just
to
open.
reinstall it?
Yeah, just open this Android Studio that we have already in the menu taskbar.
Okay.
Yeah, from more actions, just go to the same procedure.
SDK manager.
SDK manager. Then go to Android 10Q. Select it. I think it's not installed. Okay, just show package details. When Android 10Q 29 is there, checked. Go down. This Atom x64. You have to this one Intel x86 Atom 64 system image also you have to download. Yeah,
This one.
This one. Yeah. Just click apply and OK. Okay, so once this is installed, go to the same awesome project. So awesome project is a root directory now, and you have to run this command npx react native run Android, and you are good to go. Your app will install in your mobile phone. Go on the left side also. Okay.
Once again.
Yeah, accept all this. So once you are finished downloading this, just rerun the command npx react native run Android. It will install the app in your mobile phone. And if you guys facing any issue, do reach out to me on my email, or I'll just drop my mobile number. So those who are really interested on hands-on, please do set up and test your environment by today evening. If you find any difficulties, feel free to reach me on these contact details. I'll help you out because today also we are half an hour more, and if we don't want to waste time in setup tomorrow, we'll directly start hands-on.
Okay, thank you, Prateek.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, guys. Anyone having any issues, feel free to contact me regarding the setup or any other doubts during the session you didn't ask. You can just ping me over the mail or WhatsApp me. I'll reply as soon as possible.
Yeah, I'll share this email ID and contact number in the group. Okay.
Okay.
Tomorrow afternoon, the same timing. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, guys. Thanks, guys, for joining.